My name is Mitch Bryars, and I'm chairing the meeting today on iOS7, iPhone, iPad, and it's going to be a lot of question and answers, so think up your questions. But there's a few things I want to review before the meeting, and I want to spend a little time just going over the major changes once again in iOS 7. I want to go over the privacy settings, which there was some chatter on our board about, and then we'll open it up to Q&A. But before I do that, I have a couple other things I want to mention. First of all, there is a new repair shop for iPhone screens and iPad screens and so on. I know we have an iHospital, and I know the iPhone store will do it. I understand there's a kiosk that's in the mall that'll do it. And now there's a new place that's right up here on Central where the Verizon phone store is, at the end of that strip mall. My partner went there and got her phone repaired the other day. She actually got a better price at the mall, and after haggling with them, got them to come down a few bucks on the repair price. They did an excellent job, had her out the door in 20 minutes. I talked to somebody else at Starbucks this morning who had their one of their kids' iPhones or iPads repaired there, and they did an excellent job. I had intended on having them here to talk for 5 or 10 minutes about their business, but on Wednesdays, they only had one person in the shop, so they could not come. On the back table, it's called Unbreak It Fix. I have a card that I left some cards if anybody wants them. And then there are also some business cards. But I went out and checked out the place, and I can tell you that the few people I've talked to have been very happy with their repair jobs.
What's the name again, Mitch?
It's called UnbreakItFix.com.
Okay.
And their cards on the back. On the back.
You break, I fix.
It's not you break, I fix. It's I break, you fix. Okay. Then I wanted to ask, are there any people here for the first time? Yes. Welcome.
Thank you.
What's your first name?
Bob.
Bob. Okay. So let me go over the procedures for the meetings, Bob. We meet almost all the time at 11:30 every Wednesday in this room. I say almost because sometimes there's a conflict with the library's schedule and the time will change. One of those rare occasions is next week when the meeting will be at 1 o'clock in this room. But normally it's 11:30. So next week, everybody got that? 1 o'clock. And I'm sure Jerry will be posting that.
And the meeting will be trying to demonstrate some features of Mavericks, OS 10.9.
Okay, good. And there is I have to mention this, there's a conflicting meeting that I'll be doing at the Lely Library on iOS 7 for 2 hours that day, starting at 2 o'clock. So you're welcome to attend either one. If you're going to the Lely Library, you need to call for reservations. Okay, so every Wednesday, normally at 11:30. Costs $20 a year to join as a single member, $25 as a family. There are benefits to being a member. One of the benefits is that you get to participate in our discussion board, which is a private board that we run on Yahoo. And you can post questions on there, and you will get responses. That's also where they post meeting announcements and so on. The first meeting of the month is usually a question and answer, handled by our president, Jerry. The second meeting of the month is usually this meeting on iOS items, and I generally handle that or get some volunteers to help me handle it. It's the first Wednesday this month because of this conflict I have next week. It'll also be the first week in December because I'll be going out of town. I won't be here the second week. Yes.
I thought this was open to the public.
It is open to the public.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is today's free?
It's always free to the public.
Okay,
This is if you join. So we make these announcements for people who are new, who want to join.
okay, thank
If
you.
you come in, anybody is welcome to come in. That's free to the public. You don't have to pay your $20, but you don't get the benefits of the emails, the announcements. We also do classes at Hodgins University. We generally do 8 to 10 classes a year. They're 2-hour classes. They're $10 a piece. 3 hours or 2?
3 hours.
3 hours, $10 a piece. You have to be a member to take those courses. And so there are courses like we had 2 last year on Mountain Lion. I know I did one on iOS 6 at the time. Marilyn, who's here with us, did one on iOS applications, some popular apps. We had another person do some on iPhoto and so on. Those are available to members only. And those are in January, usually on a Monday afternoon. And they go run for about 10 weeks, and it's $10 per session you sign up for. The next thing that it's available to you as a member is lynda.com. Lynda.com is an educational service that runs literally thousands of educational videos that go anywhere from an hour to 7 hours in small modules. The club has purchased 5 of those memberships, and as a member you can sign up and get a week's worth of time on lynda.com for free. So we also have a meeting on the 3rd Monday of the month. That's generally a guest speaker or somebody who podcasts in. And I forgot to mention the 3rd Wednesday meeting is usually on iLife. Q&A. Fourth is on iLife, what George does. He's sleeping over there in the corner. And then if there's a 5th one, usually it's a speaker, a podcast in. And then also we videotape a lot of the meetings now, and again, if you are a member, and you don't have to be, you can come without being a member, you have access to the videos online, which are free. Any questions? Okay, good. Okay, so let me get into some of the things I wanted to review on iOS 7. This will be a quick review. Last month I did a complete review of most of the features on iOS 7, so we're just going to do a quick review of some of the major changes. And the one I want to start off with first is the search. So any page that you're on, if you want to search under iOS 6, you used to double tap the home page and you type in your search. Now you get my trusty pen here. Anywhere in this area, not at the top, not at the bottom, anywhere in this area, you just swipe down, and when you do, this comes up, and you type in your search right here. So if I type in my name, anywhere that my name appears will come up. The first couple are Merrill Lynch, and that's because I work at Merrill Lynch, and that's why I have this kind of clothing on rather than the comfortable clothing that you all have on. But you can do that from anywhere, and then to get out of there, you just touch the screen. Oops. Hit on one. Okay, so you just touch the screen. So again, the search, it'll come up like this, and we can.
Show me how you swipe that again, Mitch.
Okay, you swipe anywhere in this area, not at the top, not at the bottom, anywhere in this area, and swipe down. So I want to put my finger on this gal's face right here and just swipe down. Okay? It's a single finger.
2 fingers.
You can do 2 if you want.
Mine doesn't work with 1.
Mine works with just 1 because I have the
Oh,
major
you're right.
finger.
Mine does.
Okay. So that's how you do the search, which is completely different. I wanted to go over that again. Okay? Now, Control Center is new and it's very popular, and I want to go over that. And that, for Control Center, you start right down here at the very bottom, and you swipe up. And when you do, you get this on an iPad. It gives you volume controls, gives you airplane mode. This is Wi-Fi, this is Bluetooth. This is notification, or this is, notification.
Do not disturb.
Do not disturb. Do not disturb. This is a silent ringtone. Here's your volume control. Here's the stopwatch and the camera. And then down here is where you can do your, if I hit on that, this is where I'm doing the mirroring. So if you have an Apple TV, like at home I have an Apple TV, I can, whatever I'm looking at on my iPad, I can go into here and it'll have the Apple TV, and I just go in and I just mirror it onto my Apple TV. Okay? So,
Which one was that, Mitch? I was looking down.
okay, it's this one right here, this one.
Oh,
You just hit that, and that's for the mirroring. Okay.
Is that on the iPhone as well?
Yes, it is, and I'm going to go over that in just a minute.
Okay.
So bear with me. So, it's a little different on the phone, and I want to show that. So I just turned it off, and we figured out how to get it on the phone, so we're going to get it on the phone right now. Okay, so here's my phone. Now, this is what it looks like on the phone. Now, again, I'm going to take and I'm going to bring this down to the bottom. So there it goes, I'm bringing it down, okay? That's my lovely wife, in case anybody wants to know. Quite amazing. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is start right down here and just swipe up. And the control center comes up. And it's a little bit different because there's more things on the phone. There's the same thing. You have airplane mode, you have the Wi-Fi, you have Bluetooth, you have the do not disturb, you have the lock rotation mode here. You have the volume, you have music. We can play the music. Here's the music. Right here. So watch. Touch that, it stops. You see it? Start it up again. And it'll be right where you left off on listening to your music. If you're listening to a podcast or a book or something, it'll, same thing. Okay? Then, the other thing that's different, you've got AirDrop. I'm not going to go into that right now, but here's the same thing for the mirroring right here. So if I hit onto that, you'll see that, I'm mirroring this right now with the phone.
Okay, I don't have any of those in white.
You have iOS7?
Yes.
Well, the thing is, you have to be on the same network, the same Wi-Fi network as something that is ready to receive your mirroring. You will not-
And I'm on a special network.
I see,
Yeah.
I see.
Also,
Okay.
white means that, white and black mean different things.
Oops. The
If
white,
it's in white, it means it's on. If
Yes.
it's in black, it means it's off.
yes.
And if it's not there, it means I don't have.
You don't have any mirroring going on right now. I'm on a special network to mirror on this computer.
I see.
Yeah. But if you have Apple TV at home, it should show up.
Okay,
I have two Apple TVs, and you can name them. Like I have one that's in the living room, and it says Apple TV living room. The other one says Apple TV bedroom.
okay,
And when I pull mine up, all those devices come up, and my computer comes up as well.
okay.
Okay, because you can now mirror to the computer under Mavericks. Yeah. So, again, let me get back. So that was this area. Now, then the other things that the phone has only is a flashlight. And this came up last time, well, why don't you have that on the iPad? And the reason why is the iPad does not have a flash. And when you turn that on, I'm just going to touch it. There it is. Okay? Yes. It's just a bright light. Bright light, yes. And And the one thing you don't, I mentioned this last time, the one thing you don't want to do is turn it on like this and say, oh, okay, and then set your phone down and think it's off, because it doesn't go off and you'll eat up your batteries, okay? So you gotta remember to turn it off. Then this again is the stopwatch. This is the calculator. You hit that, automatically comes, the calculator comes up, okay? Okay, so then, and this is the camera. So if you want to quickly go to your camera, you just go right here. Okay?
Excuse me,
Yes.
how do you turn off that music thing? I mean, the sound is off, but it's still going across.
Okay, on the music, right here, this right here.
Okay.
That stops it from playing.
Yes,
But
Yeah.
mine's still, as if it's.
there it's playing. See, it's the two bars.
Yeah,
So if I touch that, it stops.
but there's audio environments and it's whipping across my screen, so I'm thinking.
Just telling you the name of the music that's on.
Oh, it's just telling you the name of the music that's on there.
It's not really fun. Okay, thank you.
Okay? Yes.
It says, on my control panel, it says airdrop, contacts only.
Right,
That's a setting that you can do airdrop with your contacts only. So if I hit airdrop contacts only, anybody who's a contact of mine here and has on their phone would be eligible for me to get airdrop too. I quite honestly have not used the airdrop function, and I don't know that I will, but it's popular with some people.
What did
Mitch, excuse me.
Yes.
I think AirDrop has a peripheral distance.
It does.
It only works up to a certain distance.
I think it's a Bluetooth distance, which is 20 or 30 feet.
Okay.
Has anybody used it here?
Well, I've used it on an iMac to move files between computers.
Okay.
But AirDrop has its own communication facility. It's kind of a Bluetooth type thing. And yes, it is limited, but it's great for moving files. And in the iPhone, I think it's a way to exchange contact information.
Okay.
You can't use it to exchange song or music, can you?
I'm not so sure you could use it to exchange music
Because of
because it's
the
all on
copyrights and
iTunes.
everything, yeah.
If it was in a file that you had on a computer, or you could certainly move that file around. But to exchange music between,
MP3 file you can move.
yeah,
What,
yes.
Mike McGuire, in order to get the AirPlay, you need to have the little Apple box, right? You set a special network. How do you set up that special network?
Well, when I hit AirPlay, it says,
Okay, where on there is AirPlay again?
okay, hold on a minute, it's right here.
Oh, yeah.
That's
That's
your
airdrop.
drop, your drop.
Well, that's the airdrop. What did you want?
In order to play it on your TV screens.
Oh, that is the mirroring function right here.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Now, in
That's
order
with
to
the
get
Apple
that,
TV.
what do you need? Because we can't get it here.
You can't get it because I'm on a different network with this computer.
At your home, your Apple TV and your device have to be on the same Wi-Fi network. That's the only thing you have to be, is on the same Wi-Fi network with a device that is able to accept AirPlay.
Okay, now what device are you using here that will accept it? Do you have an Apple TV here?
No, we have a special program on this computer
Called Reflectors.
called Reflectors, and I am on a separate Wi-Fi instructor-only network. I'm not on the network that everybody else is on. That's why you're not seeing it as an option. Okay? Okay, now, so I want to move out of this. So this is the new thing, and again, I just want to mention that on the phone and on the iPad, the way you get it is right here up. So I'll bring it up one more time. Now I'm going to make it go away. Now, the last thing I want to go over notifications. Notifications, you start at the very top, and it's the same on the iPad. So I'm going to do it on the phone. And this is what comes up. Okay? And it will show you, I have it on the Today view, which is sort of the default view. Gives me the day, gives me a little bit about the weather. It says, right now, it'll take me 4 minutes to drive to work. But I'm here already, so. Notice it's got the meeting today. Okay? And I don't think it has anything else. I don't have any reminders. It's got some stock things on here. And it's got a little bit about tomorrow. It says tomorrow there are 2 events scheduled on my calendar. Yes, Don.
Where are the settings to edit what's on there? Because all I get is the calendar.
I'll go over that.
Oh, okay.
Remind me if I don't, okay? Now, then, there's an all. You can hit all, and you can touch on all, or you can just literally swipe across the screen, which is the easier way to do it. There. Okay? And then all is going to show me reminders, it's going to show me calendars, and there are duplicate entries here because I have 2 or 3 different calendars. It's got some things from CNBC, some mail things, and you can, like, if I'm done with the CNBC stuff, there's an X right here. If I just hit that X, it'll clear that out. Okay? And then, finally, there's a mist, which I never use, and it would just have some older things. Okay? So, again, didn't want to do that. The way you get to those notifications is you start right up here at the very top and just swipe down. Okay? And there's the Today view. Okay. So, any questions on that? I'll get into the settings of those later.
This gives all your updates too on there.
Yes, it does give your updates.
Yeah.
Yes, if you have, I don't have any because I've erased them, but if you had your phone or your iPad set to do automatic app updates, it'll give a list of the ones that it's updated in the last few days.
How do you dismiss them?
Yeah, and you can dismiss them. You can clear them out. You just would clear them out the same way. You know, if they're on all, you just hit this X, and then the word clear comes up, and you just hit clear, and that'll go away.
Somebody's pacemaker went off.
Oh, good. Okay, so now, while I'm on the phone, I want to spend some time. Pacemaker again?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, the search works the same way on the phone. Again, I'm going to put my finger on the LinkedIn, the IN there. I just pull down, and there's the search. It works the same as on the iPad. Okay. Now, but I want to spend some time now on Safari, because Safari is different on the phone, and that's what I want to go over for just a second, and I'll go over it on the iPad as well. But I'm going to hit on Safari, and Safari, I have it right down here in the menu bar. I'll get this looking icon I've ever seen for Safari. It looks like a compass. But nonetheless, I'm going to hit on that, and my Safari will come up. And I'll go to here. Now, here's what I wanted to show, is if you want to go into this private mode, which the private mode means that whenever you open a website, it's only going to appear on that device that you have, and it's not going to appear on your other devices. If you don't have it on private, then it'll also show, you can also pull up those same sites on your iPad or on your computer. Okay? So, like somebody was asking about that at one time, they said, well, I want mine on private because I don't want my wife to see what I was shopping for her for Christmas.
Sure.
So how did you get it on that private
It should be, well, if you go to the reading list, it shows up right here. The reading list is right here. Bookmarks is here. Done is here. Edit here. So it also shows, if you go to right here and hit a page, a new page, it shows private. You can hit it right there too. Okay? That's how you turn it on and off. I'm going to get rid of George's message. Okay. Now, what I wanted to show is that when you're on a page in Safari, normally when you're on the iPad or you're on the computer, they've got the menu bar across them, all the pages that are open, and you can clearly see them. On the phone, they don't have room to do that, so the way they handle that is by hitting this right here, which this double square means pages that you have open on the phone, and there they are. And the way you get to them is you just scroll up and down. I'm just taking my finger and moving them up and down. Okay? So if I go, oh, well, the one I really wanted was this Audible, okay? Then that would come up. If I wanted a different page, if I wanted the Best Buy trade-in page, that would come up. Okay? It has all your pages that are open on the phone. I thought it was unlimited, but it's not. It's actually limited to 24. If you open up 24 pages, all of a sudden you won't be able to open number 25. Trust me, I've tried it. Okay, so,
Mitch?
yes.
Do that left arrow and right arrow also scroll through?
Yes, no, they go back to the pages before. So Best Buy is there, and here, and then here. You can also do it by, sometimes by swiping on the page, but I don't seem to be able to do that right now. But it just, on that web page, it allows you to go back and forth.
On the page you're looking at, not,
Yes.
not the stack. Okay.
Yes. So if I go back to here, I started off with this page, and so when I hit the arrow here, it'll go to the next page I looked at, and then when I hit the arrow again, it'll go to the final page I looked at. And I know it's the final one because there's nothing highlighted right here. Okay? Yes?
Can you clear pages that you've looked at when you're,
Yes, I'm going to go over that in just a second. Now, okay, so we went over what this does. Again, I'm going to show that one more time. I'll show you that right now. So this, when you hit that page, double page thing on the phone, this comes up. Here's where you would do the private if you don't want those pages to show on your iPad or other computer that's using the same Apple Cloud ID. That's the key. Okay. Now, here is a plus sign. So the plus sign is to add a new page. Okay, so I could go here, and these are my favorite ones, so there's Apple. Okay, so then go back to here, and then this is, of course, done. Now, to close out pages, the way you do it is you go to this area. Let me hit done. So you're here, and you go to this area right here. Okay, everybody see that? And you hit that, and of course this comes up. And you say, oh, I really don't want that Apple page open. You literally can hit the X or you can slide it from here over, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm sliding it over and it's gone. It's closed.
Left to right.
From right to left. Okay, so here's LinkedIn. Here we go, LinkedIn, gone.
How do you get it back?
Well, you'd have to go and open up LinkedIn again, or open up Apple again. You'd have to go and, there's no way to get it back other than open that page again with the browser.
Mitch, how are we
Yes.
supposed to know these things unless somebody like you tells us?
Well, you're supposed to come.
That's why I joined this
Come to the
group.
meeting.
Okay.
That's a good question. You know, anything that you don't know, trust me, if you go onto Google right now and type in iOS7 iPhone how to work Safari, it will walk you through all this.
Or you can go to YouTube and
Or you can go to YouTube and watch a video, put in the same thing. So,
or you can invite Mitch over for dinner.
yeah, you can invite me over for cocktails and or dinner, and I'll show you how to do it. But the way I learn a lot of this stuff, because I sometimes forget it. I spent a couple hours this morning going over a lot of things because they had a major presentation on this subject tomorrow. And what I did is I viewed the video that I did here 2 or 3 weeks ago. I wrote down some notes. I actually Googled a few things that I was a little rusty on, and it takes time.
Ruth, his video is, on our website.
Yeah, videos on the website. Unfortunately, the first video I didn't have the phone to go over these things. That's why I would have spent some time on that. Okay, so that's how you close, and we'll close one more. We'll close. I'm just going to hit the X on this one. So I just go up and hit that X, and it's gone. Okay? Now, notice down here, this is the privacy stuff. So it says on my iPad Air, I got the new one. It's fantastic. On my iPod Air, these are the sites that I have open on that particular device. Okay?
Where do you see that?
Right here.
Oh, I see.
Mitch's iPod Air. And those are what I have open. Now the nice thing is I can say, hands-on with iPhoto and iOS. Okay, I want to see that. So all I do is I'm going to touch on it. Watch what happens. It comes up. The exact place I left off on my iPad comes up on that site. Okay? Now when I go here and close it, it still will be here because it's on my iPad. If I made changes to it, and went to different pages, it would show those on the iPad. It's really quite nice.
So how do you get that to show up?
Well, you can't have the privacy on your iPad, and you can't have it on the phone, and you have to be on the same cloud ID. Now, like my wife and I share the same Apple ID to purchase things, but we each have our own cloud ID, so that she's not in my calendar, I'm not in her calendar, she's not on my websites, I'm not on hers. If you're all on one, then you're gonna say, what happened to my web page? And your wife deleted it while you were gone. But my wife can't delete mine because she's not on the same ID. Okay? Okay, so this shows I've got several pages open on the iPad. Then this shows things that I have open on my iMac at home. So I can go to Google, okay, and if I go right there, it brings up the exact Google page that I've got open at home on my Mac.
So your Mac is on at home?
It's on at home. Okay?
It has to be on in order to.
Yeah. Would have to be on. Okay, now, go over a couple more boxes here. This one is to send things. So I'm gonna hit this one right here with the arrow. So it comes up and it says, what do you want to do? There's the airdrop. I can airdrop that. Share instantly with people nearby you. Okay? And it says, you know, there's instructions to do this, and I haven't done it, quite honestly. But that's what the airdrop is right there. It says, ask them to open Control Center and turn on airdrop. Okay? So if all you did that, I can share a page, this page with you. I just hit it, airdrop. Now, I can send this page with iMessage, email, Twitter, Facebook. These two are not going to show if you don't have them. I can bookmark the page. I can add it to my reading list. I can add it to my home screen as an icon. I can copy it, and over here is print. You can't see it, but it's print.
You can pull it across.
Hmm?
You can pull it across and see.
I think you can pull it across and see it, yeah.
And
There it is,
that's,
print.
Twitter and Facebook show even if you don't have it.
Oh, do they? Okay. Okay. So, that is this arrow right here. And it's basically the same. I'll go over it on the map. And then here are your bookmarks. Oh, looks like a book. And again, these are my bookmarks. It'll show my favorites and so on. Then this is my reading list. And then this would be, I have no links there because, but that's Twitter stuff. We'll show there. In my reading list. Now the nice thing about the reading list that I'll mention, it's come up in meetings before, if you're getting ready to go on a plane or you're going to be somewhere where you don't have Wi-Fi, you can quickly open up your website and save the article you're reading to your reading list. And when you do that, it literally saves it on the device so that you can read it then when you don't have any Wi-Fi, which is very nice.
Books too?
Not books.
Too much.
No, it's not going to save anything that big. Okay, one more thing I want to go over while I have the phone up is some phone functions. Okay, here's the phone. So I'm going to hit on the phone. Just tested this with my partner this morning again. Who's here, but just walking out the door to take a call. But this is her right here, Martha Mercier. And when I bring her contact information up and go to the bottom, you notice that I have blocked. She's blocked. And the reason I know she's blocked is it says hit here to unblock. Okay? So we were testing this function out again. So when you block somebody, let me just pull up somebody, let's pull up her husband. Okay, so here's her husband. If I wanted to block him, I would just hit block this caller. If I hit block this caller, this comes up, block this contact, and then it says that you will not get phone calls, messages, or FaceTime from the first person on the blocked list. Okay? If you get a solicitation call, they don't need to be a contact for you to block them. I'll show you how to do that. But anyhow, I want to go back to her for just a minute. So she's blocked. I showed you that. Now, when I go over here to voicemail, so what happens when she calls me, since she's on the block list, my phone does not ring. But it comes on and it says, "Hello, this is Mitch Bryars at Merrill Lynch. I'm so glad to hear from you. Please leave a message and I'll call you back," or whatever. And she leaves a message. She doesn't even know she's blocked. I don't get anything. The only way I know that I've gotten a message from somebody on the blocked list is if I go here to my voicemail, okay? And this is my voicemail, and I go all the way down, this is the top, I go all the way down to the bottom. And at the bottom, notice it says, you got 2 blocked messages, okay? They're both from her. Okay, one of them, I had her do a second one, because I opened this one up and played it, because you can play it, okay? So I opened that one up and played it, and I wanted to show everybody in the group what it looks like when you don't play one, when you haven't played one. Well, I haven't played this one, okay? So if I hit on it and play it, okay, then I go back, that dot disappears, okay? Now, if somebody's on the list, and I hit the I right here, okay, that number will come up, and I can just go right to here and hit unblock. Okay? Now I've unblocked that caller. Yes?
You said something about solicitations. I frequently get these calls that are blocked. They come in and they just say blocked.
Yes.
Is there some way to get rid of?
I don't think you can.
Channel them into-
I don't think you can. I'm going to show you how to do them. You can try it, but I don't think it will because it's not showing a number. So let's get out of here for a second. And what I wanted to see is even though I've unblocked her, it'll still show that there are 2 messages from her that were blocked. Okay? So I can go to those messages and I can just hit delete all. Oh, I can't leave it all. All right, no. Well, I'll delete them individually. There we go. So now it won't have any, it doesn't even show delete messages down here. It says deleted messages, but not blocked messages. Okay, so let's go into my recent calls, see if I got one. So if you get a call, let's say that this was a solicitation call that you got, and it's not a contact because it's just showing the telephone number. You hit on the I, so hit on the I, and I just go down and I hit block this number. Okay? Now, if it says blocked, I don't think it's going to have anything to block because that's not coming through. That's my guess. Yes?
I have a phone question on your favorites.
Yes.
Mine has become out of order. How do you reset the order?
Good point. Okay, let's go to the favorites. So here we are. We're on recent calls. Here's favorites. So if I go to favorites, if you want to change them, you hit the edit button up here. And the edit button, notice there's a minus sign so you can delete them. But there's also the squiggly lines so you can take and move them around.
By the squiggly line?
Yep, the squiggly line right here. You just go up and down.
Hold your finger.
Yeah.
So that it won't slip. Thank you.
Okay? Now, and then you hit done. Done. Okay? It also blocks from the same people messages. I'm going to go to messages and let me go to, let's go to this one. Let's go to this one. Okay. So, the same thing would happen here. If I go to contact, I can go to information, and I can go right down here and block that person from this screen, from the iMessage screen. Okay. You can also block them from the FaceTime as well. Once they're blocked from all 3. Yes, Jim?
So if they send you a text, what do they see if you block them?
They won't see, we didn't test that. I don't know if it'll say delivered. But I don't think they'll know that they're blocked. Yes,
Is there a way to block them so they know they're blocked?
no.
So they,
Oh, yeah, there is. Just send them a message. You're blocked. Quit calling me.
or your ex-wife.
Can you block email?
No, you can't block email per se. You can filter it out from somebody you don't want to. I mean, I've got one guy who sends me, that I used to work with, and he sends me these crazy jokes, and I just took him and filtered him out to junk. He permanently goes to junk. You can do those kind of things, but you have to go into mail settings to do that. And you can either do it, I always do it from the source, so if it's a Google Mail account, I do it at the Google site. If it's a Yahoo, I do it at the Yahoo site, but there are other ways to do it as well, right, Jerry? Yeah. You cannot do it from an iDevice. Can't set up the filters there. Any more phone-specific questions? Because I'm going to go to the iPad. Yes, Jim?
I just upgraded to an iPhone 5S.
Yes.
And I hardwired to I had backed up my 4S to my computer, and I hardwired the 5S to my computer to restore my apps and all that stuff. I have 3 apps on the phone now that are sort of grayed out that say waiting underneath it. They, for some reason or another, have not loaded. So I thought what I would do is I would hold them out, hold them down, and when the wiggle started, I'd get rid of them and reload them. Well, they start wiggling, and there's no ads. I can't get rid of them.
No, you can't get rid of them.
And one of them is Facebook.
Yeah, the only way to, the only wiggle purpose anymore is to move. So let me do the wiggle, hold down on an icon, and you'll see it does have, on the phone it's got the X, but on yours, if it's loading, it won't have that. So the purpose of the wiggle is you can move them around. You can still move them around. But what you need to do is when it says waiting, if you just touch on it, sometimes it'll say loading. Okay?
Oh.
If it says waiting and you just hit on it, it'll all of a sudden click into a loading mode.
Oh.
Okay? Or you can try and, I think I've deleted the app and re-entered it, or I've done a hard start, holding the start button and the home button down at the same time till the apple appears.
Okay.
And it came back up, and sometimes that'll unjam it.
All right.
And if all else fails, talk to an apple.
All right.
Yes.
There's one more way to do that. If they don't transfer to your 5S, you can go under the App Store and click on Updates and click on Purchased. And sometimes they will then reappear when they haven't been transferred.
Yes.
Well, I did go to the App Store, and it does say purchased, and it says installed, and there's an older version of Facebook there. Mine says I have version 5, and the App Store says there's a version 6.6. And so I don't know what the problem is, but I'll try the 2 suggestions that you gave me.
Okay. Yes.
It's Scott Silver. We've all made pocket calls, I think, from our phones.
Yes.
I have a little gremlin who sometimes jumps into my pocket. And when I take the phone out, the screen is magnified. And the only way I can get rid of it, I can't pinch it to make it the regular size. I have to do a reboot or reset and then start the phone again to get it to go away. Has anyone come across that problem? It's tremendously magnified. You've had it.
Have you tried just hitting the home button?
Yes, doesn't go away, just
Doesn't
turns
go
off,
away.
and when I turn it back on, the same large magnifying screen.
It happens.
That's
a
what
lot.
I
I remember
remember.
it a lot.
Three-finger tap.
Three-finger tap?
Yeah.
Three-finger
Finger
tap.
tap?
Three-finger tap. Try that.
Or 4.
And I would Google that as well. Just Google how to reduce a magnified screen on an iPhone, and
Okay, thank you.
you might get some answers there. Yes, ma'am.
Bridget Dorner, when I delete my mail on my Mac, which is, I'm in Mountain Lion, the messages don't go away in the iPhone. Is there some kind of setting so I don't have to delete from 2 places?
You delete it from the Mac,
Yeah.
and then it won't go away from the iPhone.
Which email provider?
That's a Jerry question, because I do not use mail on a Mac at all. I only use mail on this device or from the source.
Same thing happens with Gmail, you delete it on your Mac, delete it, you come over your phone, it's still there.
But if it's not an IMAP account, it depends who you provide. If it's a Mac, if it's an .me or Mac, it should delete on everything. If it's Naples.net or maybe Gmail, I don't use.
And if you have used any rules in your Mac to move the message into a special mailbox, then the synchronization of iMac does work.
I got a question on the iPhone yet.
Yep.
It'll work the same on the iPad, right?
Yeah.
If you go to apps and you go to updates, it comes up with a whole bunch of them that's already been updated.
Right?
How do you get rid of those?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Mitch, there is something in settings that says automatically open apps.
Automatically download, you mean?
No, and it also says automatically open. There's a separate listing for that.
Okay,
So
we'll get into that.
Maybe that's
Yeah,
would be it.
let me get the iPad here going. Oops, okay, there we go. Okay, so we'll go to settings, general.
I think it's iTunes and App Store it's where it is.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Here's where you do the automatic updates. Which
Okay,
I
but
believe
you see
is
where
on
it
by
says
default.
apps there? See what it says under that one?
That one, it doesn't say, but that one, that one is for if I download an app on my iPhone, it will, if that's on, it will automatically put it
On
on
another phone.
my iPad, okay? And I choose to leave that one off because I do have certain apps that are only for the iPhone that I don't want on my iPad, and vice versa. So I leave that one off. If I download music, I want it on all the devices. If I download a book, I want it on all devices. And I do have the automatic updates, so I don't have to screw around with waiting for updates. It does it automatically.
So, under music, if you had that on, anything you downloaded will automatically be downloaded on every device that you have that on?
If you have it on. So if, in other words, if I buy a song on my phone right now and download it, it'll buy it, it'll put it on here as well.
All right, so if it's on the cloud and I download it, same.
No, if it's on the cloud, you download it to each device separately.
Mitch,
Yes.
one question. How did you get the traffic, how many minutes to drive home or to work? How do we actually do that?
He goes to work
Let me go over that. Okay, well, I don't know why I should have to answer that question. How many people in here work other than me?
I work at home, so I'd like to know how long it will take to drive home.
Okay. All right, you go to privacy up here,
Yes.
okay? And,
privacy.
yeah, privacy, and
Are you under general or just under settings?
I'm under privacy. General is up here.
It's under settings.
Yeah, settings. And then privacy. It's about 4 down from general. Okay, and I'm going to go into this location services. Okay? And this came up, and Don was, I think, emailing about this. And so this will have all your apps that have asked for location services. Every once in a while, you have a tendency I have a tendency when they pop up on my screen and they say, we like to know your location. Is it okay? I hit yeah. And then every once in a while I go in here and I start going through the list and saying, I really don't need these on because they eat up your batteries. Okay, so a lot of them you'll notice I have off. So, now, if you go all the way to the bottom, for me is a long list. Couple things to note. Find My iPad is on. That should be on if you have an iPhone or an iPad. If you ever lose it, you want to be able to find it. But it says System Services on, and when you hit that, then it's got a long list here of things. That you can turn on or off. Traffic I have on, networks I have on, popular near you, location-based ads I have off. The rest of the stuff I have on. But I don't know exactly which one of these, but one of these will tell you how far you are from your...
With Popular Near Me?
Popular Near Me is a good one to have on, it'll actually trace you around town. So I mean, if you drive up to Coconut Point or so on, it'll know where you've been, and and so it'll provide you with. And if you turn on the location-based ads, it will actually give you ads that are germane to those locations.
What's that little arrow?
The arrow indicates that there are several definitions for the arrow. They're right down here. These are all gray. A gray location service icon will appear next to an item that has used your location within the last 24 hours. Okay? Now, if I go back out to here, getting back to your question, it could be that Maps has to be on for it to know your house, and probably one of these others, and I'm not just sure which one. I was actually reading about that, and I noticed that mine was on, and I couldn't sort of figure out why, so I'm going to have to say you need to Google that to see if it'll tell you how far to get home, or how many minutes to get home. But this is the area where it's done. Might be that your contacts, shouldn't matter.
So Mitch, I think you answered my question. The reason I don't have weather on my pull-down screen is because I haven't enabled location for weather.
Yes, that's exactly right. So some of these, it just makes sense. So, you know, if you want to see where your local Apple store is, you got to have the Apple store on. If you want to take pictures and you want the geotag to appear on the pictures, you got to have the camera on. If you want to do local Craigslist stuff, you got to have that on. Dropbox I have on. I don't use Evernote, but a lot of people do, and so you want that on. Facebook I choose to leave off. People on Facebook don't need to know where I'm at.
But if you post a picture, they will.
If you post the picture, they would know where the picture was taken.
If you have that setting on.
If you have that setting on.
If you have a camera on.
Yes.
You pointed out that you have location services for the Apple Store on. How did you get that? How did you get that on your list?
I have that app. There's an app, and I'll show you the app. There's an app, Apple Stores, and I downloaded it.
I see. So the app has within it location services.
Yes. Yeah. It'll say, "Can we have your location?" Yes.
Well, wait a second. Your list is a lot longer than my list.
Yes.
E1.
That's because I have like 250 or 300 apps.
Well, so do I. But where do I go to turn those on or off as far as location service?
You would go right here. If they require a location service, they're gonna be listed here. Now,
Mitch?
Yes.
Don't you turn this on automatically from the app when the app
yeah,
asks for
yeah,
permission?
the app will say, can we have your location, know your location?
Well,
And-
where is that?
It's usually the first time you open up the app. Or it'll be in the settings in the app. If you have a calendar, if you go in the settings in your calendar, it'll have, do you want location services on? But, or it can be in the notification center. In the notification center, it says include, and a lot of them are right here.
Mitch, it might be through Siri, and Siri knows where your home is.
Siri knows where your home is. Yeah, that's a good point. It could be through Siri. Oh, yeah, Siri knows because if you go into settings and you go into the general area, and you go down to, where is it? Yes, there is Siri on iPad.
Which version?
Well, there's voice recognition on here. I mean, I can do that right now. Google, Naples, Florida.
Searching Google for Naples, Florida.
There you go. Sounds like Siri to me, too.
You can make it a mail device too, just
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find my, sorry,
Yeah, go ahead.
no nice. Find my friend, you have an app there. I've tried to use that with my wife, but we use the same ID number, and I can't get it to work. Is that the problem?
No, it should work perfectly. When you put it in, she has to accept it,
Yeah.
and it comes up.
Okay.
I've used it, and it's very nice. Trying to find out where that is, but somewhere in here, it tells me, it says, I thought it was in general, I'm checking on the phone, hold on a minute. Maybe, oh, I know where it is, it's right here. Okay, if you go to contacts, we're trying to find out how it knows where you are. If you go to contacts, no, that's not it. I'm sorry, you go to settings and you go to contacts. Go to settings and you go to mail, contacts, calendars, and under contacts, my information. Right there. And that's where you put in your home address and who you are and your nickname. And,
Mine's coming on Friday, so.
yeah,
Thanks.
Where's it, my information?
my information.
Where is that in the scrolling?
Okay, you go to settings and go all the way down to mail, contacts, and calendar,
Right.
and then scroll on down to contacts. And then it'll say my information.
No.
It opens
That
up
just brings me
contacts.
to the contact.
Yeah, it says accounts,
I think it's one.
Are you there?
Oh, maybe it's different on the phone.
No, it's not any different on the phone.
My info lets you into the contacts, all of your contacts.
Me too.
Yeah, it does, and you pick yourself, is what you do.
Pick yourself.
You pick yourself, and then your name will appear. All the contacts come up, and you pick the one you want.
It can be anyone.
Yes.
It's different on ours because we have contacts calendar, and then it says contact sort order, display order, short name, and my info.
Yeah, my info is the one you hit. And then you go in and you pick your own contact. And when you pick your own contact, it will stay there. Okay?
Thank you.
It'll stay right there in your, under my info. Well, that's where your address would be. So
Okay.
that's where you would put your home address. And so, if you say, take me home, it should take you to your home address. Yes,
You got about 10 minutes max.
yes, I understand. Okay. There are a couple more things I want to review real quickly that we went over last time. I want to go to iMessage, which is right here. I just want to show you one thing, and that is, if you pull over from here to here, it will show you the time of the message. Do you see that? It's the same on the phone. It won't stay, it just shows, okay? Okay. That's all I wanted to do on iMessage. On email. Email, right, I have mine right here. If I go to my mailboxes, you'll notice that I have all of them, VIPs, flag, and then the curve of the various mailboxes, sent, trash. The way you get those, and some people will say, well, I don't want, like somebody in here the other day said, well, I don't want any VIPs because I don't know anybody. Somebody said, I don't want to flag anything. Well, if you don't want to see that, you hit this edit button. It's sort of hidden. And you'll see the check marks. These are the ones that I want to see, so I have them checked. So if I uncheck flagged and uncheck VIP and hit done, they're no longer in the list. Okay? So that's sort of a hidden thing in mail that a lot of people aren't aware of. Yes, Don?
Yeah, if you go back to edit,
Yes.
when you get all of those, yeah, what do you think?
Now I can touch these again, so I will, because I like to have those.
Would they show up?
Now they'll show up. There they are.
And Mitch,
Yes.
when you're in edit, does horizontal lines let you scroll and rearrange the order of the mail?
Yes, exactly. Same thing, these lines, if I say, well, you know, I really want the Yahoo at the top, I can just grab the Yahoo and go up here. See that? Okay? Oops, so we're done. Okay. Done. And the same thing down here. If I hit edit and I go back down here to where my actual accounts are, I can change the order. Okay? If you go into an account, one more thing. So if you go, let me go into, I'm going to go into Google. Okay. Okay, now here's where I have all the mail from the club go, right in here. And the way I do that is I went to Google and set up a filter at the source, at the Google site to do it. There are other ways to do it. If you're not very sophisticated about mail, what I tell people is set up a separate mail account, get a free Yahoo account or a free Google account, and just give that account to the club and have all the mail sent there. Because if you become a member, you'll get 100, 200 emails a week. And so a lot of people that don't particularly care for that, and the way to do it is to just filter it out in one area and go there when you want. Okay, so, but you notice I have a lot of files in Google, and the way you get those is if you hit edit, new mailbox. So if I hit new mailbox, and I just name whatever I want, I'll have test, and I'll save it, and now I have it right there. And I put them in alphabetical order.
So you have, on your computers, have you put Maverick on your computers?
Yes.
Did you lose all that Gmail information?
No. I don't know, because I never use mail and Mavericks.
Okay.
So that's...
So you only use mail on your
I only use mail here, or I go right to the site. I go right to google.com or yahoo.com. I do not use mail, the mail application that comes with Mavericks. I understand that there are a lot of problems with it. Jerry? Yeah. Okay. So, let me go back in here. So, if I go to this one again, and I want to delete it, I set this up and I really don't need it, so I just hit delete box. And do you really want to delete it? Yeah, I'll delete it. Okay.
Mitch, I don't see that on the phone. Is the same thing on the phone?
Yeah, the same thing as
When I go to Gmail, I don't have that choice to add a new box. Hit edit. It says mark all, move, or mark.
Are you going to Gmail in the mail app? Or are you going to Gmail on the web?
Well, it's a Gmail account.
Why don't you step up after the meeting, because we've got to end this. I'll take one more question.
Yeah, I'm looking for an app to get rid of the extra pictures, the duplicates.
Marilyn, do you know?
Vicki sent out a message about that, and I'm trying to think what the name of it was. And do you remember that, George? The app for getting rid of duplicates? I know that Vicki Kelber sent out information about that.
The app, to get rid of them on what? The computer?
Rid of them on a computer or on an iDevice?
On the computer, namely.
iPhoto?
Yeah,
Yeah, just search duplicator for iPhoto, and there'll be 3 or 4 options.
Search for duplicator. You can search Google or you can search at the App Store. But there are some. I haven't used them in quite a while, but there are some.
Duplicator for iPhoto.
Yeah, duplicator, or eliminate duplicate photos in iPhoto. Google that, and I guarantee you, you'll get enough to put you to sleep for a month. Okay, well, I thank all of you for coming.
Thank you, Mitch.